so you've got to hear this story. Okay, it all started when my friend Elaine invited me to go with her and her family to Yellowstone National Park. I've always wanted to do this. You know, sleep under the stars, suck in all that fresh new air, forge new trails. Basically go where no man or girl has ever gone before. I thought I was ready for anything the wilderness had to dish out. Boy, was I not. I mean, things started pretty much okay when we first got there. I mean, Elaine's dad, her mom, and her older brother were leading us up this really steep hill on our first day of hiking. It was like straight up, and I'm carrying 30 pounds of stuff on my backpack, you know? But when Elaine and I asked to stop for a rest, her older brother, John, made this big deal about it. If you guys can't keep up, you shouldn't have come. And, like, please, he's 17 and he thinks he's like this big he-man. So Elaine just gives him one of her looks. You know the one. And he leaves us alone. And I'm thinking, with guys like this around, who needs a bear? But things just went downhill from there. I'm like, we're walking along, and I hear this awesome sound. It's like, and Elaine looks at me and says, isn't Niagara Falls in New York? Well, the next thing you know, there's this big turn in the trail, and we're looking at the biggest, loudest river I have ever seen in my life. I'm talking like serious whitewater here. Like water is rushing through these gorges and over huge boulders that are like the size of cars. It was so loud we could barely hear each other speak. And that's when John pipes up and says, hope you girls are ready, 'cause we gotta cross that baby. And I think to myself, oh, yeah, right. Unfortunately, he was right. And guess how we have to do it? This big redwood, which is about 6 feet wide, but where I'm standing, it looks like a twig. But Elaine's dad comes over and picks up my backpack and his own and walks across like he's just walking down the sidewalk. And then he yells over, it's steady, and tells John, yes, John, to help me across. Me! And I'm thinking, oh, great, Mr. Friendly is going to help me across. I'll never live to tell this story. Anyway, I take a deep breath, grab Elaine's hand, and kind of stumble over to the tree. John just rolls his eyes at us and steps onto the log also. But it's like, as soon as I'm on it, all I can do is stare down at the 5 tons of water rushing beneath me. And John yells, come on, quit being such a wimp. But it's like, I'm frozen to the tree. And the next thing I know, I'm on my hands and knees crawling across this thing. John's like busting out laughing at me, but I'm so scared it takes me like 10 minutes to crawl 20 feet or so. And when I get to the other side, Elaine's mom is hugging me and telling me it's okay to be scared and all that. She's so sweet. But Elaine, on the other hand, is all in her brother's face. You're such a jerk, I hate you, you're so stupid. And I'm thinking, ditto that. Now, I thought things would improve after a little while, but they got a lot worse before they ever got any better. Like, okay, we camp beside this beautiful crystal clear lake in the mountains, and everyone gets their fishing gear and heads down to the water. Not me. I'm so embarrassed about the river crossing thing that I just sit on a rock and I mope. And then, who of all people should come up to me but John? I'm sorry I picked on you earlier. I guess I was kind of rude. I'm thinking, hello, is this the same person? And I'm so shocked that I just say, okay, and head down to the water. Now, John is telling me to watch him use the rod and reel before I even try it. And wouldn't you know it, he catches a big rainbow trout on his second cast. This rod is made out of titanium and graphite. It has a tensile strength of about 300 pounds. Cost me $400. Well, when he pulls the fish in, of course he tries to hand it to me. Ew, no thank you. But he just laughs and then hands me the rod and reel. Okay, now, I'm trying to do everything just like he's told me. I pull back, and I cast it forward, and the whole thing just slips right out of my hand. It's like movie dream sequence, like slow motion. It flies out over the lake, and it's gone. $400 worth of fishing gear lost in the bottom of one of the deepest lakes in Montana. And that was just the first day of my vacation. There were still 3 more days to go.